Hi everyone, this is Tara with Tara's Take. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a great day. So please pardon the mess, okay? I have been playing this morning and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna turn the camera on. I'm gonna show them what I'm doing here because I'm having fun and I'm having fun by myself. So I figured some of you would want to come join me. Mess or no mess. You know I don't usually have my desk looking quite so wrecked in front of you guys, but I figured you'd forgive me. I hope you will, please. So what I've been doing today is I got the stencil or the embossing powders that I had talked about yesterday, and they're these Lindy's embossing powder autumn leaves set. Okay, I got them on Amazon. They were $16.99. Some of the reviews were saying, oh, they don't come out the right color, you know. And I thought, you know what? Most of the reviews were positive, so I went against the negative reviews and decided to get them anyway, and I am so glad that I did. They are beautiful. You know, who cares if, you know, it just seems like that person had an idea in their head about what the color should look like, and when it didn't, they were disappointed. You know what I'm saying? I did not have any particular idea of what the colors would look like. I just kind of took it that they'd be a green, a brown, you know, a peachy color, a reddish color, and a blue. And they are. And they're beautiful. I'm trying to find, I did this little sample card of each color, you know, so I could show you guys. And I have such a mess over here between all the stamps and then my book of stencils, which I don't have a ton of stencils, but I do have quite a few. Enough to put in a notebook. But I can't find that little card. Darn it. It's got little samples of each color. Well, anyway, so the colors are these. This is, let's see, what does it say? This is like, it says it's terracotta rust, and I think it is a rust. It looks really good, see? And they're beautiful, metallic. I hope that light, I'm checking the camera. I want the light to, yeah, there you go. And then this one here is Midnight Copper. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. This one here, for all you green lovers, is Green Gold. Look at that. And this one here is Cleopatra's Copper, and it's lovely. And then this one, oh, this was probably it's Midnight Teal. Oh, you guys, seriously. I mean, look at this powder. And that is one thing about this powder. It is super fine. Let me get it closer. There we go, to the camera. But it's super fine. It's the finest embossing powder I've used to date. It kind of, when you, like this morning, I used, this is the Cleopatra's, what was it? Cleopatra's Copper. That's this one on black. Isn't that pretty? And it leaves like a film, and what I did notice was even after I went ahead and embossed it, most of it wiped off. But the powder it leaves looks pretty. It doesn't look like chunks of embossing powder after you've done your design. It actually adds to it, as you can see. It kind of just, I'm trying to make sure you can see it. It just kind of gives it a cloudy, beautiful look behind the actual design. So what I did this morning was playing around. I took some 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, and I stamped with the green and did like the leaves and the rows around the edge. And then I have these stamps that have the major cities, Paris, Italy, you know, Rome, London, and New York. So I put each city on these cards, and then I'm going to use these as journaling cards, and I already glued them to the back to a cardstock, so they're nice and thick and ready for my journal that I'm doing with you guys. So that is what these are going to be used for. And I'll probably decorate a little bit on them, but I don't know. They're so pretty. I may just put like a saying or, you know, a couple of stampings. I don't know yet. We'll see, but we'll check that out together probably in one of the videos. So those were made this morning. These were made the other day. I think, I know I posted them on Facebook, but I don't know if I showed them to you guys in person. So I cut this one up. It was a whole page because it's a larger stencil, and so I got the whole page. It's like a cherry blossom. This one I did was a rose in the copper, and these are all done with stencils, not stamps. Okay, this is another rose, and I did this with like the teal glittery blue. I think I showed you guys this one on another video, but I was just giving you an example of that pink on the black. Okay, this was done with a stamp. And then this last one was done with a stencil. Okay, so it's kind of cool. That'd be a cool background, right? I think that would be a cool background. It'd look neat. So those are there, and then these I did this morning, like I said, and I haven't finished them yet. They'll be journaling cards when I'm done with them. Okay, they're all the same. They just have that rose corner. I just thought it'd be fun to do. So okay, I'm gonna wipe my paper off here. This, I will say this, because it's so fine a powder, once you put it back into the jar, if there's like a layer of film, I've just been kind of blowing it off. I haven't even been brushing it and trying to save it because it's like this super fine part of the powder. And yeah, it's not really. I see these are shining in you guys' face. Here, let me move these over here. I don't have a ton of room, but we're gonna rearrange here a little bit and get stuff out of your eyes. So yeah, I brought all these stamps. I have a pile here of stamps that I brought with me. Okay, I don't know if we'll use them all or what, but I thought it'd be fun to do some embossing on the black paper, and then also I wanted to use, like I did this morning, some of the scrapbook paper out of the 12 by 12 pad, because it actually really is kind of cool to emboss on top of a really pretty picture and make something out of it. I don't know if I'll do it right now, but one thing I want to try, I don't always have I won't say I don't have a high success rate, but I don't always have a success rate at a successful collaging with stamps. And so I was gonna say I wanted to do some collaging and do the embossing with the stamps, but I'm not sure if I want to do it on camera. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I'm just saying. I mean, it might be fun to just tweak and make mistakes together. Who knows, right? But I thought we'd do something cool with one of my stencils, because I know some of you had said when I did those little cardboard. Oh, and by the way, thank you to one of my friends on Facebook. She told me very kindly that those are cardboard, not wood. I don't know why I thought they were wood. I was like, duh. Oh my gosh. Well, I would always look at them and be like, what are these made from, you know? And I was just thinking they were made from really thin, cheap wood. And, you know, so I don't know. Anyway, Tara being a dork. So, yeah. So anyway, the cardboard little die cuts we did the other day with the embossing powder, those turned out really fun. And I thought, you know, I had mentioned then that we could do some stencils, and people had shown some interest, so that's why I'm here today. So this here, I like this one. It says Simply Blessed on it, and it's got floral. I used this in one of my journals recently. So I wanted to see about stenciling this. Now the way I did it the other day was, you know what, this fits actually, I think, does it? Yeah, it does. I thought so. Okay, so I'm gonna do one side of this, and then I'll probably come back after I'm off camera and do the other side. But what I did the other day was it's gonna have to have a little bit of this off. I took a piece of tape and just ran it along the side so that it held, so I didn't, you know, totally move it while I was doing it. Hopefully that will work again. That's what I'm going to attempt to do here. Yeah, like that. And just a little piece of Scotch tape, and if you've got something that works better, you know, use that. This is what I'm using. And I feel like I was going to tell you something. What was I going to say? Oh goodness, I can't remember. Probably shouldn't put, I'm not going to push on that too much. So what I used the other day with it was my dauber. Where did I put that? This little guy, and then my stamping pad, and one of these brushes. And that is how I did the ink, I mean that clear ink onto here. So I'm going to try this and see how it works for me. Oh, got to take the lid off. Oh gosh. Okay, so let's see here. Because the other day when I did it, I mostly used my brush, and I think I may use my brush now because I don't know that that's working all that great. Let's see. And I just gently, I held it down in the area I was brushing on so it doesn't, you know, go under. You don't need a ton. Just needs to be moist enough for the embossing powder to catch. You know, if you don't know a lot about embossing powder, it's got to have moisture underneath to hold on to. I did see somebody one day, I haven't tried it, but said that any moisture, anything would work. Almost anything that's sticky or moist. I don't know. I've always used, since I started doing it, I've only used the clear ink. You know, if anybody has any other advice, if they know of anything other than this that works better or that works as good, let me know. I'd be interested to know. I haven't looked that up. And I just went around like this. Hopefully this will work as good today as it did the other day for me. If it does, I'm probably going to use this as a background page in something. Oh, and then I'm gonna do an upcoming, I've decided on doing, you know, themed days like we had talked about on another video. So I've decided that I'm gonna do, Monday is gonna be mass make, okay? So that'll be a mass Monday. And then Tuesdays, I think will probably just be a craft with me day. Wednesdays are going to, I believe, be save your cash, use your stash. And of course that's kind of self-explanatory. We're going to try to use up what we have in our stash instead of buying new things, you know, because I tend to buy new things a lot, and I want to go into my stash and be like, okay, I'm going to use this or that, you know. And then Friday is definitely going to be build a journal, build a junk journal. Whether we're working on the one that we just started or I'm going to work out a one that I'm working on with you guys. You know, it'll probably go both ways. One day I'll do the one I'm doing personally on my own time, and then other times we'll continue working on the one we're building together. For variety, one of my friends on here mentioned the variety would be good on that day, and I agree with her. So, and then I'm not sure, but I do want to do an Inspire Me Day, and what I mean by that is that I have gone onto YouTube or Pinterest or somewhere, and I've been inspired by somebody else's work, and I want to try what they did. So today I saw a video, and I think it's going to be my first Inspire Me Day video because I've wanted to try it. I saw somebody else do it a different way. I saw Natasha do it one time a different way, but today I saw Pam on Paper Outpost do it, and I liked her way of doing it, and I thought, you know, that would be the way I would do something, because I'm not a person who measures, and I'm not a person who has this list of this is, you know, Natasha is amazing. My brain doesn't always work the same way hers does, because of the fact that she's so organized. She's so gifted. Oh my gosh, she's one of the first people I ever watched, and I love her. She's amazing. But the way Pam did it was, she was, you know, she was making, oh, I didn't say what it is, did I? Sorry about that, guys. It's making a full page journal. So instead of how when we make our journals, we have them sideways and we fold it. It's using the whole page to make a full page, okay? And so the reason I was interested in it was because it's, one way she did it was a no-sew, and the other way was sewing. But it's 3 signatures, and I just thought it'd be really cool to make one of those. It turned out so nice. It has something I love. It has a cloth spine. I absolutely love to do just like a cloth spine. I think they look cool in different kinds of calico, you know, material or whatever. And I just loved how it looked, and I've been contemplating making myself an art journal, because I have never had one. I've never made one. I've never bought one. I've never utilized one, and I've seen others, of course, do it on their channel, and I love when I see other people do it. And I thought, you know, I've never really thought to have a place where I go and just put my thoughts and inspirations onto that page for just me, you know, not for anyone else. And I decided I'm going to make myself an art journal. So I thought it'd be fun for you guys to come along with me and put that journal together. And then once in a while I'll come on and I'll have an art journal day, and maybe you guys can pull out your journal and, you know, work in yours if you do art journaling, or just watch me create a page in mine like other people do on, you know, on their channels, just to relax and kick back and do that. So yeah, that's going to be, so Monday's going to be Mass Make Monday. It's going to be Mass Monday. I'm not calling it Mass Make, it's just Mass Monday. So we're going to do that. And then Tuesdays is going to be Craft with Me. Wednesdays is going to be, what did I say I was going to be? Oh yeah, Stash Your Cash, Use Your Stash. Okay, so that's Wednesday. And then Thursday, I think, will be Inspire Me Day. Maybe. I may do a weekend Inspire Me Day. We'll see. I usually do get to film on the weekends, so. But anyway, and then Friday is Build a Junk Journal. Okay, for sure. So that's what I'm going to try to aim for. Okay, you guys? And if I mess up, I apologize in advance, because I'm new to this channel and I'm still coming up with ideas, and I don't always have the best ideas, and I'm hoping that they get better and better as I go along. I'm still learning and growing with all of you. Now see how pretty, can you guys see, oops, this side doesn't want to come off. Can you guys see that? The stencil, it's like really, really nice. Look at that. And you just barely right here, I missed on the edge. I hope you can see it. Yeah, you can. I just barely missed on the edge right here. So what I did the other day when I had spots where I actually went over a little bit, I just kind of wiped it, the ink off. And even though it's there, it'll be easy to wipe that embossing off, so embossing powder. So because I'm only doing this, I'm going to turn this page so that I can pour on here without spilling it everywhere. Now, we have to decide what color do we want to do this. Now, we want it to show, so I don't know if I should use, these are all pretty dark. As you saw, the lightest one looked like this on the black, okay? I mean, that'd be okay if we just, actually, if we just wanted this as a backdrop for the journal, that would probably be fine to do it one of the darker colors. I just want it to be able to show up a little bit. I don't know. I really want to use this dark blue too. So what do you guys think? Oh, I so much want to use this blue, but it's not going to show it all on the black. It'll just be, it'll literally have sparks. You know what? We're going for it. Because you know why? It won't be like it stands out. It'll be something that when the person looks at the page, it's going to catch their eye because it's going to glint in the light, and it's going to be a backdrop for them. So I'm going to go for it. And also because I really, really, really want to use this blue. Oh, I've used almost the entire tub, okay, pouring onto this big old stencil here. That's okay. It's okay. We can pour it back in. Okay, we did it. We used the whole thing. Now, if you remember the other day, I said I just kind of move it around a little bit just to make, not a lot, because you will spill it, just to make sure I get it covered. Now, look at that. Now, if you can see, oh, it's going to be pretty. I'm leaving the powder. I mean, I'm going to leave the residue because, except for that one spot on the edge here, I'm wiping that off. But other than that, guys, I'm leaving it because that residue makes a beautiful sheen. Look at that. So I'm going to sit that right here and get my precious blue powder back into its container. Very carefully. This powder does, because it's such a light powder, it moves super easy. You know, it's kind of almost like an eyeshadow, a lot like an eyeshadow. Could probably use it as an eyeshadow. Okay. And like I said, with this part, if it doesn't drop off for me, I just wipe it. Even blowing it, I'm not gonna worry about it. It's so fine, a mist. So let's get to playing. Let's get out our heat tool. Everybody get their heat tools, and here we go. So we're gonna start. It's got a little hair on it right there. I'm holding this up because the other day when I did the video, I actually, it's kind of silly and I should have known better, I actually warped my Westcott, the green. That's why it's not down here in the last couple of videos, because it's warped now. And I noticed that my placemat was warping this morning when I started doing this, and I thought, you don't do it again. So look at that. Oh, I'm so glad I went for the blue anyway. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this. I don't know if anybody else agrees with me, but I sure love it. Oh, embossing is just, ugh, my eyes just can't stand how pretty it is. Look at that. Oh, it's so nice. And this is on the black. So the reason I brought the other paper with me, I didn't really want to do it on plain white paper. So I brought that scrapbook paper, that 12 by 12 pad. I just bought it. It's a really pretty pad. I got it at Hobby Lobby. And it's, I'd say medium GSM. I don't even know. It's probably around 200. It's not as, maybe even 180, something like that. I'd have to look on the pad. But it's not as thick. It is thicker than some though. I mean, it's not that thin scrapbook paper, okay? It's like the middle ground. It's not the super thick, but it's not the super thin. And it's good for journaling cards because it can be glued onto other stuff, thicker, you know, other cardstock, and make it a nice, sturdy. I'm going back and making sure I get all those little spots. Remember the other day I told you, you got to make sure you go back and see if there's any areas where the powder didn't quite get heated enough. Okay. This takes a minute, but oh my goodness, it's so worth it. Look at this thing. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan it and see how it looks as a printout. Maybe I can print it out for my journals too. It turned out so perfect. It's just like so beautiful. I hope you guys are playing today along with me and pulled out your embossing powders. I know I had some people contact me and say they were going to. I hope that you guys did and that you've been having fun with it. I could do embossing powders for hours, literally. I could just sit and play with them for hours. Actually, I have before. Anybody with me? Do I have any embossing powder addicts out there? There we go. Yeah, if you guys like this, that powder is on Amazon. I don't know if they sell it in stores or not, but it's really nice. We're almost there, guys. Thank you for sticking with me through the boring part. Actually, to me, this isn't the boring part. This is the fun part. I love watching it turn. Now we have to go back and just make sure we got it all. There's a spot we missed. See? One little spot right here. One little right here. And we're done. What do you guys think? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that going to be a pretty background? Oh, this is definitely going into the other journal I'm working on, the blue one. I've showed it to you guys like 3 times already. This is going in because I have black lace on there, even though it's white. The journal's got a lot of white on it. But now what I wanted to show you was this film of this right here. Once this dries, you can lightly go over this, and this powder residue will come off for the most part. And what doesn't come off, who cares? Look how pretty it looks. There. So like the top layer of it wipes off. And then it just leaves kind of a pretty film of blue, which I know you can see because I'm holding it so I can see it. Yeah. So simply blessed. Praise God. Look at that. Love it. Love it. Love it so much. So that is with a stencil. Okay. So as you can see, the stencils do work quite well. Now let me see something. I just want to check. I'm not going to do it right now, but I want to see if this will actually, I think I can probably fit the other side on here. I'm thinking ahead for the journal because I want to be able to like fold it into the body of the journal and have it be like 2 pages. You guys know what I mean. Okay, so there's our first one. Did you like that? And that's with that new Lindy's embossing powder. Okay, now I want to do, set this aside. I don't want anything to happen to it. Sure is nice. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to pick a piece of this scrapbook paper. So, yeah, it's from Hobby Lobby, so it is the Paper Studio. Okay, and it's the bright vintage one. I hadn't seen this one before, and so I grabbed it. I thought it was pretty. I like to keep my scrapbooking paper around just in case I need, you know, some inspiration to do something with it. Okay, we have this one. See, now I think these are a little bit busy for embossing on. Now this is nice. The collage, that's nice. And this one's good. But I do like to use these as pages, or I also like to glue them onto pages in my journal so they have writing lines on there, you know. Okay, I like that one. That would be pretty. Ooh. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's try this. Let's try this one. I have an idea looking at it. I was thinking that this green, this brown, this blue, those would look beautiful on that green. Or we could try this blue. We only tried this one on black, so both of these have only been tried on black now. So let's see, what do we want to do? I think more than likely I'm gonna probably want to use these eventually as either tags or journaling cards. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut them down as like the size of journaling cards, okay? And then I'm gonna stencil, I'm gonna emboss. I'm not gonna do all of them, but I'm gonna emboss on them from that size, and that way we can kind of work with smaller paper. It'll be a little quicker too. So let's see. That looks like a good size. And then that, and you know, I don't know about you guys, but I'll use something like this. I'll cut it evenly and everything, and I'll even use it as a pocket. I don't know about everybody else, but I like small pockets. Like if I have a big pocket on the bottom, sometimes I'll stick a sideways pocket on the top of my page, or I'll put 2 pockets on the page, or I'll use this like on the front of a different, and make a smaller pocket on a journaling card or on a pocket that's already there, that kind of stuff. So yeah, so I don't really mind having that size left over, because it'll get used. Eventually it'll get used. One of these days I'm going to pull out my scrap box, which compared to some, it's not that big actually. I tend to throw things, I know it's just almost sacrilege for us, but I tend to be like, okay, toss that, you know, if I don't want to keep something. So I don't save every single piece of paper, and I'm kind of glad I don't, because I wouldn't have room. You guys saw my crafting area. It's not that big. So let's do this one. I'm not going to trim it so that it's perfectly even yet, because I know that I'll be trimming it once I put it onto a piece of, I've brought along some copy dyed cardstock, and I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna glue that to that, so I won't be necessarily needing to trim it yet. Okay, so I was thinking, do we want to do another stencil for fun? Let's see, where's my book? What did I do with it? Here we go. We have this one that says Paris, and then I have like some words. I don't really like these stencils. They have the cloth in between. I don't know. I've not had a lot of success with those. What I really like, I love this one. I use it a lot. And then these are newer. I haven't used them a ton. Oh, and I just got these too. These are kind of pretty. I need to get more stencils, but it's just not a big focus of mine. But these are like plants and roses, and I got these at Walmart. I thought they were cute, you know. But for this, I think I'm gonna do, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll do my favorite go-tos. These are like go-tos for me. I adore these stencils so much. It came, of course, as one unit, and I cut it down into the size it is now. And it's all tangled up. No, 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 no. Come on. There we go. Here we go. Oh, Tara. Anyway. It's got the little tiny, you know, parts to it. But it's so pretty. But it was like this on the page, and then I decided to, it had a line between it, so I just trimmed it off and gave it kind of a curly cue. But I was thinking that I could go into the corner here. Well, we've got to make sure these are down though. Let's pull these back a little bit. Okay. The writing, I want to make sure the writing's okay. I've got it right like this. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna hold this down. I'm off thumbs right now. I apologize. Okay, I think I can do this. We'll see, right? We shall see. Tara's gonna brave in front of you guys. And probably screw it up. Because I'm gonna more than likely need to lift my fingers. I'm gonna try though. So we're just gonna rub this down. I'm kind of rubbing across this right here because this thing is kind of lifted, and I don't want it to go underneath if at all possible. So I can't really tell on this paper if I'm getting it wet enough. I hope so. And by the way, these brushes, if you do use them to do the clear ink, they wash right up, just like a makeup brush does. You know, these are just makeup brushes. Yeah, so it's great because it cleans right up. And you don't even have to do much, just some soap and water, and then let them dry. I was worried. I used one the first time, and I was like, these are my brand new brushes. I don't want to mess them up. And I was happily surprised. Now, I have a feeling this is done. This poor stencil, I have used this stencil so much on different things that it's it's been washed over and over again. And you know how they get, especially these that have a lot of little tiny designs and stuff. And yeah, I'm just hoping I'm getting all of it. Even if I don't, you watch, it'll look cool, because I used these with, if you watched the video, with the jelly plate. And even though parts of it came up, because it's this type of design that you don't need the full picture to have it be a great background, you know? It's one of those. Even when I use like my, the stamps I like that have all the swirls, even when they don't fully stamp the way the picture looks, it still looks good. It's just a backdrop for what I'm gonna put on top of it anyway. And in the end result, even if I don't get the full picture, I still got enough of it to really make it pretty. So, yeah. Oops, like right there, it came up. It's not gonna have like a line like it should. Okay, I hope I got it. I hope. Let's see. Okay. I can see that I did get the majority of it, it looks like. So, okay, guys, brown or green? What do you think? I mean, it's a lot of green. I think I'm gonna do the brown on top first. I want to try the brown. I haven't really. I made these little butterflies. Like I said, I did a sample card for you guys that I cannot find. It's here on my desk or on my table here somewhere, but it's just this little sample card of butterflies, and I did each one in that color. So that's the only, other than this morning what I did with the ones I showed you, that's the only embossing I've done with this. So get my little tweezers out so I can reach under here and grab this. I don't want to mess it up. Okay. Oh, look, we did it. Oh yeah, and that is gonna be pretty. Oh, don't you love embossing powder? Makes me so happy. Oh, did I ever mention that I'm a goofball, actually, like a total goofball? I really am. I mean, I can be very serious too, but I'm really a goofball, so I hope I don't get too happy in front of you guys and make somebody leave my channel. Okay, let's have fun. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start. I think, you know what? Let me get this. I think if I just hold this corner, I'll be fine. Because doing it on top of that paper, I'm probably gonna blow it away. There we go. There we go. Now watch. Watch the magic, friends. Oh, this is going to be a pretty journaling card, right? Oh, I hope you guys make yourself some of these. Even if you just put them in your own journal to write on, you know? It'll just be so pleasing to the eye to look back on and go, oh, I made that. I did that. Do you guys like this brown as much as I do? I'll be honest, I have no idea which color in this whole set that I like the most. I love blue. I always love blue, so, but I just think each one is beautiful in its own context, you know? They're just beautiful samples of these colors. So. Now, isn't that stencil pretty? I really like that design. I think it looks pretty much beautiful on anything I put it on. I can't remember where I got it. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. I've gotten them at different places, but I'm pretty sure this one came from Hobby Lobby. Oh, that embossing powder is just to die for. It's beautiful. Oh, there you go. Look at that, guys. What do you think? Oh, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you think of this. It's gonna be a pretty journaling card. So what I'll end up doing is I will put it on, you know, this will be its backer. And then I'll probably corner it and, you know, make the corners look rounder so it looks cleaner. I'll trim it up on the edges, make sure it's trimmed. And then I'll probably, knowing me, which is what I always do, I'll probably find some beautiful picture, you know, to put on top of it, you know, and decorate around. Oh, look at the background, it actually matches. Yeah, so that's probably what'll get done with that one. Just, what I did want to do, I was thinking as I was doing it, was to put this on here in a different color. But because the brown is so distinct, I don't know, do you guys think the gold would show up on top of it? The brown is so dark. I know it would cover it, but would it look good? That's what I'm curious about. This design kind of reminds me of like French, you know? I don't know why, but it just does. And maybe I've seen something like that. But I was thinking that'd be kind of cool to stencil the word Paris on top in gold. I mean emboss, not stencil. Using a stencil. I don't want to ruin this card. It turned out so pretty. But at the same time, I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave this one. We're going to do another one with another color, and we'll try it, okay? We'll try it on one of them, see which one turns out best. Let's do it that way. So I'm going to do this one again because I like this design a lot, as I have mentioned. So we're going to start up here in the corner like we did before and just swirl it around. Hopefully it will come up as beautiful as the first one. Be careful when you lift your hand. Make sure you hold it down so that you can move your hand, because your hand kind of gets stuck to the stencil and it'll stick to you and then it'll move and it'll mess it up for you. Hopefully I will not make that mistake. I have done it numerous times. That's why I know that'll happen. So to avoid that, make sure you hold it down in another spot when you move your fingers. Okay. You just want to keep this on the surface lightly. I may look like I'm pressing harder than I am. Kind of a medium pressure. It's not super light, but it's light enough that I'm not really moving anything. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Now this time I am going to use, I think I'll use the dark blue. And should I use the dark blue or should I use the green? What do you guys think? Oh, I wish I could hear you. I know why Tina always says that. I wish I could hear you guys. I'd love to know somebody else's opinion besides my own. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have done this on top of that, huh? I'm going to end up getting, well, it'll wipe off. Not a big deal. It's just the back of the journaling card. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, Tara. Don't worry. Did I get all of this? I think I did, but I'm going to go over everything one more time. And I don't know if you noticed how long it takes, to do this, and the ink stays wet enough to retain the powder. So it's a really, if you've never used the clear ink pads, it's kind of a very sticky ink. that, yeah, it really does. Looks like I got it. It looks like I got it. So which blue do we want to use? We've got this royal blue. We've got this one. I'm going to use this one again just because it's so pretty. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to try the gold Paris over it when I'm done embossing the top part. It might work, might not work. We'll see, right? It's that this is totally an experiment for all of us. I'm gonna lift that. Ooh, it did it again. It's perfect. It's so pretty. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Sit it over here for a second while I get this all put back. This is why I shouldn't have done it on top of this paper, because I didn't want that residue, but like I said, it does. I think it actually, even though it leaves this slight residue, I think it actually comes back into the bottle even easier than the thicker or more coarse, I should say, embossing powders. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And I did get a little something right here. I got it. Yay. Not even sure what that was. Always make sure and get your lid on tight, guys. Anybody who's ever dumped their embossing powder, you know what I'm talking about. You just want to cry, right? Okay. This side's going to be a little funky on this corner, but I'm okay with that. I love this color, so it's all right. Oh, that blue. I think I'll hold it with my hand. Oh, it's pretty. And you can do other things besides journal cards now. You can do tags, pockets. Also, one of the things I like to do is envelopes that I'm going to turn into pockets. Or even envelopes you're going to send a letter in. You could put a beautiful embossing on. You can do the embossing up the side of pages in the journal. You can do them on your covers if you do like a hard cover and you're not using like a cloth, but maybe you, like a lot of times I'll do collage with paper on my hardcover journals, on the cover, and you could emboss on top of it before you seal it, you know. I usually use Mod Podge to seal mine, whatever you use to seal yours. You could do it before you do that. Yeah, you can use embossing on tons of stuff, tons of stuff. And then there's levels of embossing I have not done. I know that there's other things you can do with it that I have yet to experiment with. So I am relatively new to this craft, to be honest with you. I don't know if I mentioned, I think I did, that I barely started doing junk journals in July of last year. I had never even heard of them before that. I love journals. I would buy journals at the store. I love paper and, you know, everything that involves paper. But I had never heard of junk journals. And then once I did, I was totally hooked. I mean, I just can't get away from it now. So yeah, so there's the blue. Isn't that gorgeous on top of that green? So yeah, there we go. Can you guys see that in the light? Yeah, there we are. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to sit it at the bottom, because what I want to do is I will be putting pictures of some sort, you know, images of some sort, and I want to make sure that this is either on the bottom or the top or even on the side. How would that look? Let's see. Paris. Could do that and then image around it, but I think I'll do the bottom. Or maybe this side would be cool. Yeah. We're just trying this. I don't even know if this is going to actually look that great on top of the other, but I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping, because I really didn't want to waste that. You know, I could always just trim it off and use the card anyway, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. This particular stencil hasn't been bent up as much, so I think it's going on pretty smooth. I hope you guys try this with your stencils. I know I had quite a few people mention to me on here, but on Facebook mostly, saying that they hadn't thought to use stencils, and I don't even know why it occurred to me the other day. I don't remember. I just know it did. I was like, I'm going to try that. You know, I just like trying things and seeing if they'll work. You know, they don't always work, but when they do, it's so much fun. So I think I did that pretty good. That A might not be as good, but okay, we're going to use the gold. I think the gold will look good on the paper, and it'll also, I think it will probably emboss pretty well over the blue. I hope. Silver might have looked good as well, but we'll see. If this works, I may do this again sometime. Oh, look at that. I think it might work. Looks pretty nice. Okay, so it'll be a nice backdrop for the card itself. Okay. All right, now we're gonna turn on our heat tool again. There we go. My favorite color to watch emboss is gold. Oh, love that right there. I think it's working, girls. Woohoo! Praise the Lord. Look at that. It's pretty. Yay! It worked. I was really hoping I didn't destroy the journal. I mean the card. Oh, there you go. Oh, it worked. What do you think? Do you like it? Oh, I love it. I love it. So now we have these two, and we have, let's see, where did I sit it? And then we have this one. These are so fun. Okay, so let's see. Let's grab another piece of this paper here and emboss on it. What do you think? Let's see. Let's do a color. This is the only page I didn't like. I'm not real big on like citrus and stuff like that. If you like it, no offense. It's not necessarily, you know, appealing to my eyes. I think this, let's see, where did it go? I just saw this one here. I don't know. Let's see. I wanted to try. You know what I might do, actually? Of course you don't know. I haven't told you yet. Don't be silly, Tara. I have this piece right here that is cardstock. And it's just the plain scrapbook paper, you know, dark cardstock. But I was thinking it would be cool to do a couple of cards. These are a little bit square, but that's okay with me. I do my journaling cards in all kinds of shapes and sizes. I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to do one with a, I wanted to use these, and I want them to show up. So I was thinking on this color paper, they probably would. And I'm going to do stamping this time instead of stencil. Let's see. Which one do I want to use? There's so many here. I think I will do a little bit of try to do a little bit of collaging here with my, that's not the right. I have got so many, I've got so much stuff here, you guys. Here we go, the one I was looking for. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is press my clear onto the stencil. Can you guys do me a favor, Sonia? Maybe you could comment about it. How is the angle of the like the height? Is it closer so that you can see better, but not so far, not too close? I feel like I'm trying to get the right set on that, and I did it on the last video. I feel like I was a little close, and then I kind of moved it out. Now on this one, I'm trying to get it that perfect middle point, you know? If you guys could let me know, that would be so helpful for me to help you. I just want to make sure I know what's best. If you guys like it the way I usually do it, which is at the farthest point, let me know that too, okay? So I have a couple of stencils. These go on the same set, and I have done some kind of collaging with these before, and I thought I'd give it a try. I'm not seeing, oh, here it is. Never mind, it's a little too late for that one. I was gonna, and now we know we can mix colors, so like you can do like what we just did with the blue and the gold. You can do that. You can do your first layer and then come back on top of it and do some more, and you know, kind of make your own picture happen. You know what I'm saying? You can stencil away. I mean, I was looking for this one, but I think now it's too late to use it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that one. I'll probably, where's my little, there's another one that goes with this. It's a butterfly. That's the one I'm looking for. I have, oh, here he is. Here he is. I found him. Hey. I have got such a mess over here. Just wiping this dust off of this one. I haven't used him in a minute. And I was gonna, I used to do this a lot, and I'm kind of out of practice of collaging with my stencils. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna try here. Okay. And we're gonna do one solid color, and then I may do a layer effect. We'll see. Let's see. Let's use this one. This one is the Terracotta Rust. They even spell it like I do. Terra, T-E-R-R-A. Just in case nobody knows. Terra's Take. I know. You guys know how to spell my name. It's funny. My late husband used to get so irritated when people would spell my name wrong. You know, because a lot of people spell Terra, T-A-R-A, and T-E-R-A, and being in Arizona, we're around a lot of, you know, Spanish-speaking people, and my spelling is the Latin spelling, which is T-E, because the E in Spanish makes the A sound, and they would still call it Tara, and my husband, even the Hispanic people, and my husband, who was Hispanic, was like, what is wrong with you? Why can't you say this right, you know, or why can't you spell, because they'd call me Tara, or they'd, you know, spell it the wrong way. One time we got these certificates from the state of Arizona, because we were ministering at the prison with the youth, and we got these really cool certificates, you know, thanking us and our group that used to do it. And he looks over at mine, and they had spelled my name T-A-R-A, and he goes, who's Tara? And I go, I don't know, but she must be really nice. They gave her an award. Yeah, it really bugged him that my name would get misspelled. Yeah, it doesn't bother me so much. I'm like, you know, it is what it is. But I think that's funny. This is pretty. Look at that. They actually complained about this color, saying that it was, they didn't think it was red enough. And I'm like, but it's a rust. It says it right there on the name. It shouldn't be red. I think these colors are coming out pretty true to their names. What do you guys think? Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. I hope you like my little attempt at collaging over the card. This was just a trial run. I think it'd look even cooler if we did it in separate colors. What do you guys think? I think that'd look really pretty. I'm in love with these embossing powders. I am so glad I got them. You never know when you buy stuff online, you know? I mean, even when you buy it in the store, if you've never tried it before, you just don't know. I mean, you can read the reviews, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for your purpose like it does for somebody else's. So yeah, there's our little collage. And that particular group of stamps does go together. So as you can see, they kind of collage cool together too. They look really neat stamped on paper as a background. Maybe one day we'll do, I know everybody does them, I've seen other people do them, but I like to, you know, do stuff with you guys, and I want to do things with someone. I mean, I want to hang out and craft with someone, so I'll do things that other people have done. So maybe on an Inspire Me Day we'll do a stamping collage. Okay, that'd be fun. Do some stamping collages. You know, I like that. It's pretty. So we've got that one. Now, what haven't we tried? We haven't tried this one yet, and we haven't done the green yet. So I'll do 2 more on this cardstock paper. Okay. And what time is it? I better check my time. Oh gosh, we can't do more. I've already been going for an hour, so I'm gonna say goodbye. I was having so much fun with you guys. I didn't even realize what time it was. Maybe I'll come back and do a video where we decorate our journaling cards. Let me know if that would sound like fun, you know, together. But anyway, thank you so much for sticking with me to the end, and for being with me today and visiting my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye.